I don't care how bad your life was, you have experienced good things in your life at least once. And from that, you can change everything if you apply that feeling, and remembering how it felt while in your meditation, and attach it to, specifically to, how the child feels in your meditations. When you see that change in the child's whole thing, where it goes from sad to happy, because you are acknowledging in your meditation the child's emotional needs, you see? That's the reprogramming part. Pinpointed with accuracy in explanation for you. If you can't feel that, remember that feeling and focus on that feeling and recall it from memory and feeling, then you need to meditate that to be able to then apply that knowing and how it feels physically, as close as you can get that, and apply to the thing in your now. Visualization in the now. So, verbal symbology, or verbal symbolism. What does that mean? In the old days, they talked like Shakespeare. They didn't say, look, there's an apple tree, eat an apple. They said, look, that which bears fruit. And from saying that, the listener would then see the tree, see the apple, get hungry, think of feeding itself and its family, getting the emotional inspirations from that, and whatever else is associated with that. But all those good visions and feelings went on when they spoke like that. That's the language of spirit, when you speak to each other's intellectual wisdom. Like that. That's how they spoke in the old days. We speak more in black and white nowadays. That eliminates that language, and we have to learn how to speak in that language again. But there's a huge thing first. That pain thing, that unresolved pain, has to be removed. Those who have studied this and developed what I'm trying to get at, we developed that within ourselves first, and now we're teaching it to others. I forgot my point. Everything that we teach or trying to teach a person about him or herself are things that we learned ourselves in our training. There was a group of spiritualists, we'll say, who studied with someone claiming to be with Sophia as his feminine element. The name of his masculine element, he said he didn't know. So, okay. And then we studied the secret sayings of the Dead Sea Scrolls as interpreted by him. He said, and this is the cool part about the spiritual transformation, just getting to like yourself, repairing and restoring your self-worth. That's what it is. You become spiritual when you can do that. If you can't do that, then it's not spiritual life. We live inside a spiritual death, or an emotional death that translates itself into the spiritual death. What was my point? The point is, it's reprogrammable. We can get rid of that, and it doesn't matter what degree of rejection you felt as a child. Not just emotionally, but the needs you had physically as a child probably weren't met as well as the few who get their needs met as children physically. Okay? But very few children get their needs met emotionally through the acknowledgement model of parenting. Like, who does that? Who knew of it? That there was two types of parenting? Of course we did, but who could define it? That's the thing. The body is programmable. The cells in the body, the trillions of them that there are they think, they have a conscious awareness, and a job to do. They serve the subconscious that recalls memory and reaction to our past experiences that it thinks, it by itself thinks will help us in the now in our new experience and for us to pick and choose from. But when that programming, that recalling from the subconscious is unresolved pain and fear, and the fear, the fight or flee for human beings in the lower self-dominant animal instinct to react, to fight or flee, it's emotional for human beings. So when we're lower self-animal instinct emotionally, we don't tell the truth, we lie, we deceive. Lying and deception for people starts there. It's because we're too afraid to admit our emotional truths of the self, or even how we're impacted by the moment. So we go shut down, and in that causes the problem, causes the infection. Anyway, the body is programmable, and it got to that infection because it is programmable. But the thing is about programming, it's reprogrammable. The cells in our bodies, they don't know and don't care what's real and what's not, as long as the heart is feeling it. If the heart is feeling it, then it's real to those cells. And remember, it's the information in those cells programmed through past experience that deliver to your subconscious to give you the heartfelt moment from the past into the now. And when that's fear, we are imprisoned and paralyzed with fear and unable to self-express. So anyway, it does, the cells in the body don't care if it's meditation that we're feeling or if it's experience that we're feeling. Soon the cells in our bodies become programmed to what the heart directs into them. And when we are in control of what the heart directs into them, and we are in those meditations, self-healing meditations we created, then we're in control of the programming. And in that way, because of the way the cells accept programming from the heart, and we're directing heart's thought in those meditations, in that way we'll reprogram the cell. The cell then will continually feed us in our moments after reprogramming. None of the fear and pain, because that's gone. But from new experience, it brings memory back of the expressed self in other moments, in future moments, and no longer the fearful self. That's the thing about programming and doing it the right way. And that's why it's so important to be accurate with a memory that made you feel good and alive from your past, especially in childhood. Look for it. It happened a million times. Some people, and I was one of them, was so engulfed by unresolved pain. There was just so much of it. It was impossible to see anything except fucking darkness. But it was emotional darkness first. That's the clincher. The secondary stem result from emotional darkness is behavioral darkness, from animal instinct to self-protect. We self-protect, and then we do stupid things to self-express what's there. It does come out, but it comes out in all awkward, sideways, fucked up, conflict-making, chaos-making ways. And it's like we're fighting to self-express through a disguised way.